Yeah, I want to talk about something that's not well known about clearing your arteries and veins. I know a lot of people, they worry about this type of stuff, and they should worry about it too. They say not to eat fatty foods and that type of stuff. But, that's kind of a loaded statement about not eating fatty foods because there's good fats and bad fats. But I'm going to tell you about something that's not too well known. Actually, it was some decades ago. Japanese researchers um, they found like the Japanese silkworm. It's well known. When it comes out of a cocoon, the Japanese silkworm, right? It secretes an enzyme that dissolves the dead tissue of the cocoon. So what happens when it does that? The enzyme affects no living cell, only dissolves dead tissue. So what the Japanese did says, we're going to put that enzyme in a pill, coat it. Now, when you take this pill called Serrapeptase on an empty stomach, so the stomach acids don't attack the enzyme, it goes past the stomach into the small intestines, and then the enzyme goes out into the bloodstream, right? As it goes through the bloodstream, it dissolves dead tissue safely. Almost like you'd have an engine cleaner or something, Marble Mist Oil, I don't know, something, I guess you could think of it that way. But it dissolves the dead tissue inside the veins and the arteries. So, now that supplement depends on where it's sold. Some places that sell a supplement and they hype it up, it's $50 to $75 for 60 pills. I know Swanson Vitamins sells it for $18.99. They also sell ones called Serrapeptase. It's like this, 60 tablets. It's the same exact enzyme, except it's derived from a fungi made in Japanese labs, $5.99. So I don't think this is something good to take every day forever or the rest of your life, but to take a 60-day supply of this for $5.99 every year may not be a bad idea. You take it on an empty stomach and as Serrapeptase, this is the brand name Serrapeptase for this one, $5.99 on SwansonVitamins.com. Serrapeptase goes around in the body, in the veins, and it dissolves the dead plaque and arterial buildup inside the veins. And it's been, I forgot the German doctor's name, it was some decades ago, but sometimes he would actually, by giving patients this stuff, sometimes he would cancel triple bypass operations. He would try this first, giving them Serrapeptase. Amazing, isn't it? Now, the other things that naturally clean up the arteries and veins inside the body are some of the B vitamins, and it gets too complex. That's why I recommend that product, Nature's Way Alive. But it's B2, B6, and B12. They can help clear the veins. And there's another thing out there you can take is TMG. I don't want to get too complicated. It's cheap. It's not much money. It stands for Trimethylglycine. And what this does is there's inside the arteries and veins, inside the arteries, there's a buildup of plaque called homocysteine, which is a byproduct of protein synthesis. And what TMG does, trimethylglycine does, is it takes the homocysteine buildup on the inside of the veins and it turns it, dissolves it, it conforms it, it makes it into dimethylglycine, which is a performance enhancer. So this is only a few bucks. I mean, I got this off of Swanson Vitamins. I don't take these every single day. I rotate. But that's another benefit of this. It's like not something exactly approved by the FDA, what I'm saying here, but it's more like healing through nutrition type medicine, okay? And you really can't say that, the body doesn't heal through nutrition. I mean, that's insanity plus, isn't it? I mean, really. But the way this works is, like I said, TMG will dissolve the homocysteine that builds up in the veins, and that is a byproduct of protein synthesis. And as it changes, what it does, dissolves it and changes it to dimethylglycine, which is a performance enhancer. Another smart thing. So some of these things you could do to prevent problems, in your cardiovascular system in the future are very cheap. Like this one. I mean, yeah, it could be a good $50 or so for 60 pills. Depends on where you buy it. I got this. This is an equivalent of Serrapeptase called Serrapeptase, manufactured from the Japanese fungi. It's a fungi. They make it in Japanese labs versus the Japanese silkworm. It's the same exact enzyme. $5.99 for 60-day supply. Take it on an empty stomach because you don't want the stomach acids to destroy the enzyme. It's a coated tablet. It gets through the stomach. And then It goes through into the intestines, absorbs into the bloodstream. It has this enzyme, works the same way on dead tissue inside the body. Now, it can also work if you have scar tissue inside the body that's, say you had some kind of operation and it's rubbing on your sciatic nerve or something like that due to scar tissue. That can help dissolve that scar tissue too. It dissolves dead tissue only, totally harmless to any kind of living cell. And it's just how it is with the Japanese silkworm. It secretes this enzyme. It doesn't harm itself. It only dissolves the dead tissue of the cocoon. And it works on all dead tissue, including the dead tissue that's found inside, that's building up in your arteries and veins. So this is a good way to keep the circulatory system clean. Maybe not a fail-safe. You still got to check. You can go to your doctor. But there have been real doctors that have been using this successfully with people in Japan and Germany, even though they're in a minority. In the United States, I don't know. I don't know. You wonder why our healthcare system's so damn expensive, huh? This is $5.99. What does a triple bypass cost you? Sometimes it helped where you didn't have to have the triple bypass, but only your doctor would be able to tell you that through all these, x-rays, graphs, and all these other tests they do. But hey, it's been proven to work in some cases. But this is something I would say not to take 365 days a year. Hey, if you want to take a $5.99 bottle for 60-day supply one time a year, do a circulatory system mini flush, as we might call it. It's almost like doing the same thing in your engine and your circulatory system. But like I said, it's very safe. It's very safe. It's not something that you need a prescription for. And hats off to the Japanese for thinking of this one. This is smart. I think it's very smart, very slick. And if our doctors, I think they should recommend this for everybody. The high cost of healthcare. Say this helps, in 10% or 20% of the cases. I don't know. Say it doesn't work in most cases. I personally think it would work and be very helpful in most cases, but say it doesn't. For $5.99, hey, it's definitely harmless. But the thing is, like anything, don't do it 365 days a year. Don't do it that much. I'd say just use the one bottle for $5.99, 60 days. And as I said, it can help clear out your veins and arteries of that excessive dead tissue and plaque. Called Serrapeptase, but this brand name is called Serrazymes because it's made from the fungi. It's available at swansonvitamins.com, but I think it's a very slick idea, and I figured I'd pass it on.